Bore da a chroeso I Brifysgol Bangor. Good morning and welcome to Bangor University. Mae hwn yn ddiwrnod pwysig I chi gyd. Mae'n ddiwrnod o ddathlu a gobeithio byddwch yn mwynhau'r seremoni yn ogystal â phopeth sy'n dilyn. This is an important day for you all. It's a day of celebration and I hope that you will enjoy the ceremony as well as all that follows. Hoffwn roi rhywfaint o wybodaeth I chi am y seremoni heddiw. Beth fydd yn digwydd yn ogystal ag ychydig am yr hyn y bydd angen I chi wneud. I'd like to give you some information about today's ceremony, what will be happening, as well as a little about what you will need to do. Os oes angen gwagio'r adeilad am be bynnag reswm, bydd y larwm tân yn canu a gofynnir I chi adael y neuadd gan ddefnyddio'r allanfa frys a gosaf a dilyn y stiwardiaid yn fydd yn yr arwain at y man ymgynnull. If there's a need to evacuate the building, for whatever reason, the fire alarm will sound and you will be asked to leave the hall using the nearest emergency exit and follow the stewards who will lead you to the assembly point. Mae'r seremoni hon yn cael ei darlledu'n fyw ar wefan y Brifysgol ac ar ein tudalen Facebook, felly os hoffech ddweud wrth eich ffrindiau yna gwnewch hynny nawr, oherwydd ymhen chydig funudau bydd yn gofyn I chi ddiffodd eich ffonau. This ceremony is being broadcast live on the university's website and on our Facebook page. So if you would like to tell your friends, then please do so now, because in a few minutes I will be asking you to switch off your phones. Ar y llwyfan ei hun, bydd uwch aelodau staff y Brifysgol yn cadeirio yn y blaen, gan gynnwys yr is-ganghellor a fydd yn cyflwyno'r graddau. Yn eistedd ar ochr bellaf y llwyfan, bydd dau fyfyriwr a fydd yn darllen detholiad o gerdd yn y Gymraeg a'r Saesneg ar ddechrau'r seremoni. Ac yna dwy gerdd arall yn yr ieithoedd ei hysgrifennwyd, ar ôl yr interliwd gerddorol, tua hanner ffordd drwy seremoni. Yn sefyll rydw I nawr, bydd yr uwch academydd a fydd yn gyflwyno'r myfyrwyr am ei graddau. On the stage itself, the chairs at the front will be occupied by senior members of staff of the university, including the Vice-Chancellor, who will confer the degrees. Sitting on the far side of the stage will be two students who will read the extract of a poem in English and in Welsh and English at the start of the ceremony, and then two further poems in the languages in which they were written, after the musical interlude, about halfway through the ceremony. Standing where I am now, it will be the senior academic who will present the students for the degrees. Nawr fe gawn ni interliwd gerddorol fer ac yna a fyddwch cystal a sefyll pan ddawr o'r ymdaith I mewn. Ar ddiwedd y seremoni a fyddwch cystal a sefyll unwaith eto, ond arhoswch lle rydych chi I adael i'r ymdaith, adael y neuadd ac yna'r graddedigion. Now we'll have a brief musical interlude, and if you will please stand when the procession comes in. At the end of the ceremony, please stand once again, but stay where you are to allow the procession to leave the hall, followed by the graduates. Dyna'r cyfan gen I, ac eithrio eich atgoffa I ddiffodd eich ffonau os nad ydych wedi gwneud hynny eisoes. Gwn y cewch ddiwrnod bendigedig, mwynhewch eich hunain a hoffwn ddim ar gorau chi ar gyfer y dyfodol. That's it from me, except to remind you to please switch your phones off if you haven't done so already. I know that you will have a wonderful day. Enjoy yourselves, and may I wish you all the very best for the future.
y coleg ar y bryn. Coleg a sodwyd ar fryn ydyw hwn, ac un a ellir ei guddio. Breuddwyd ydyw, delfryd ydyw. Cyniweiriodd goleini y meddyliau dynion, ein teidiau da o Gymru. Rhai ohonynt yn hywyllwch ac yn egrwch creigiau hen, a rhai eraill trwy ei afau a hafau, oedd yn ymrafael ag elfennau hen o werid yng nghanol anifeiliaid. A dyna'r gwragedd hynny, ein neiniau arwrol ni, a fi'n cario a magu eu plant ar gerig tlaw delwydydd. A dyna'r gwir busnes a'r holl rai eraill hynny ac yn ddynt yr awyddfryd i wella pethau. Yn eu calonau yr oedd yna olau, cariad at ddysg a llewyrch doethineb. Yr oedd yna yn ei meddyliau weledigaethau, am well amgylchiadau ac am genach bywyd, i'w plant a etifeddau ei byd.
The college on the hill. This is a college that is set on a hill and is one that cannot be hidden. It is a dream, it is a vision, a light kindled in the minds of men, our good Welsh grandfathers, some of them in the darkness and the harshness of ancient rocks, and others who struggled in winters and summers against a recalcitrant earth among their animals. And then there were the women, our resilient grandmothers who bore and raised their children on meagre hearths. And there were businessmen and others who had within them a desire to make things better. In their hearts there was a light, a love of learning and the shining of wisdom. There were, in their minds, visions of better things, a more abundant life for the children who would inherit their world.
Byddai'n hysbys i aelodau'r Brifysgol ac i bawb sydd yn bresennol bod y Brifysgol wedi rhoddi'r awdurdod i'r athro Iwan Davies i dderbyn i'w graddau fyfyrwyr Prifysgol Bangor a enillodd raddau yn unol a rheolau'r Brifysgol. Gwelir enwau rhai sydd wedi ei derbyn i'w graddau yn y rhestrau printedig sydd wedi ei dosbarthu. Let it be known to members of the University and to all who are present that the University has granted authority to Professor Iwan Davies to admit to their degrees students of Bangor University who have qualified for degrees according to the regulations of the University. The names of those who may be admitted to their degrees in this congregation are to be seen on the printed lists that have been distributed. Anrydeddus Isganghellor, cyflwyna fe ti'r disgybl hwn a enillodd radd baglor yn y celfyddydau yn y pwnc anodir. Bachelor of Arts in the subject indicated. Astudiaethau busnes a marchnata gyda phrofiad rhyngwladol. Business Studies and Marketing with international experience.
Georgina Melpass.
Cadarnhau eich bod wedi derbyn gradd baglor yn y celfyddydau. Llongyfarchiadau.
Llongyfarchiadau ar dderbyn eich gradd heddiw.
Anrydeddus Isganghellor, cyflwyna fe ti'r disgyblion hyn a enillodd diploma olraddedig yn y pynciau anodir. Postgraduate diploma in the subjects indicated. Business a marchnata. Business and Marketing.
Charlie Homer.
Marchnata rhyngwladol, International Marketing.
Mohammed Simon.
Ar ran y Brifysgol, rwyf yn cadarnhau eich bod wedi derbyn ôl radd yn busnes llongyfarchiadau a'r holl freiniau'r ôl radd diploma yma.
Llongyfarchiadau ar dderbyn eich gradd heddiw.
A enillodd radd Meistr yn y Celfyddydau mewn Busnes a Marchnata. Master of Arts in Business and Marketing.
Buba Sise.
Well done.
Sophie Donahue.
Well done, Sophie. Well done.
Jacob Jones. Humayun Kabir. Sharice Leander. Katrin Mather. Murshid Mihad.
Anrydeddus Isganghellor, cyflwyno fe ti'r disgyblion hyn a enillodd radd Meistr mewn Gweinyddiaeth Busnes yn y pwnc anodir. Master of Business Administration in the subject indicated. Banciwr Siartredig, Chartered Banker.
Isha Abba. Hassan Abdullali. Olubukola Adeyemi. Amanagawan Akenzua. Oluwafuseo Aluka. Joanna Bannerman. Hawa Barra. Valerie Bachman. Ossie Peribo Benwilli. Ahura Bayarigaba. Fiona Catania. Kitumetsi Chideka. Simeon Ebekidi. Ozekike Ebegode. Omatola Egbedai. Adrian Gaffar. Jonelle Gardner. Kareen Gordon. Charles Grech. Daniel Allen. Idris Hammer. Olufila Ibidapo. Onanuju Iruku. Tracy King. Arinthia Komolafe. Maipelo Lemanyane. Chika Mbanim. Jason McAuliffe. Ndubuisi Muwaname. Taurus Withiga. Jimmy Mylies. Uchenna Abodekwe. Moraniki Ojimui. Timson Okar. Okikiolua Oladipo. Adespi Olagon. Olua Funmaleo Oniatan. Neka Oshobi. Isa Asori. Omalara Osensoko. Jody Rao. Fareda Sands. Suzanne Staffrace. Ogbanea Ukarobo. Fatima Usman. Linda Wale. Victor Willie.
Bancio a chyllid, Banking and Finance.
Mavani Reddy. Moses Pereira. Sushmita Yadav. Ebrima Minte.
Bancio ar gyfraith, Banking and Law.
Ekrup Singh.
Rheolaeth yr amgylchedd, Environmental Management.
Sarah Pena. Uma Riaz.
Cyllid, Finance.
Amit Batra. Pradeep Semtani.
Ar ran y brifysgol, rwyf yn cadarnhau eich bod wedi ennill gradd y meistr mewn gweinyddiaeth busnes. Llongyfarchiadau i chi gyd a holl freiniau'r radd honno.
Llongyfarchiadau ar dderbyn eich gradd heddiw.
Gweledigaeth newydd. Ar i'w bnawn gwaith teg o haf hirfelyn tesog, cymerais hynt i ben un o fynyddoedd Cymru. A chyd am is biendrych i helpu ngolwg egwan, i weled pell yn agos a phethau bychain yn fawr. Elis Wyn. Mae'r sbenglas wedi droi ac agos yn bell ers tro byd. Ond pa les dal i syllu drwy lens y pla. Ond nid taith amgen pob cyfnod coleg, dy fil o ddyddiau rhwng y gwyl a'r gwaith, waith pa mor heriol dy normal newydd. Os taith drwy rithfyd addysg oedd hon, llwyddaist i gyfieithu'r egni rhag ei golli, gwneud yn fawr o'r pleserau bach. Yr eistedd am y bwrdd a ffrindiau newydd, rhannu'r tebot cwrw, teunu'r chwildro ar dost. Ac yna, dysgaeth, beth yw darbobi deisen, datod syniadau heriol a data'r cyndyn. Drwy grafiad beiro agos, neu drannau pell ar fy sellfwrdd, dyma rwtîn a fynd y baratoi i'r byd, ac i adnabod y byd sydd yno ti dy hun. Rhos lempan i'r lens felly, tro'r sbenglas i graffu ar gyfeiriadau newydd, a dos o'th wobr at dy waith.
What we learned. What we learned from the virus is how much we need to breathe each other's air, how to hold our breath under waves of rising graphs, sinking under crossed-out days, how to speak with our eyes unmasked behind a screen in the underwater flicker of a lost connection, how to swim, all pixels and thumbs, in the depths of our unsocial distances. We learned that what we're swimming in is time, shoaling to its rhythms, holding out for the moment we'll come up through the blue in this rush of graduated light to an ending, a beginning, to where the surface breaks in scattered radiance as we find ourselves again together and breathe.
Anrydeddus Isganghellor, cyflwynaf i ti y disgyblion hyn a enillodd radd Meistr mewn Gweinyddiaeth Busnes yn y pynciau anodir. Master of Business Administration in the subjects indicated. Busnes rhwngwladol, International Business.
Osama Aldari. Afra Sela Elgamas. Hamoud Saleh Al-Waiti. Malik Hussein Al-Qatani. Shima Begum. Kartik Bhardwaj. Muhammad Habibur Rahman Buyan. Raghendra Chaudhary Bodhanpati. Pamela Brynja Kuki. Bhavikaben Indravardhan Jani. Arashpreet Kaur. Sandeep Kaur. Dawson Elizabeth Long. Mandeep Kaur. Ruksad Banu Tanvabarai Sayad. Shabili Mujib Vadaki Purath.
Marchnata Rhwngwladol, International Marketing.
Naila. Nitha and Veri Parameshwarappa. Alexander David Cliff. Thao Phuong Ko. Dia Gurung. Catherine Ellery Hughes. Natasha Koo. Inchara Ningapa. Nora Abubakar Sanguf. Nathawi Tirakanog. Malika Vitaya Jerome.
Y gyfraith a rheolaeth, Law and Management.
Guru Raja Kenjam. Shah Tenzina Kanum Rahi.
Rheolaeth, Management.
Molth Ibrahim Al Naimi. Asaf Hamoud Al Qurashi. Dua El Shamari. Manveen Kaur. Chunbin Liu. Muhammad Muniri Iqalabi Moha. Nkechinyeri Adogo Okura. Rahul. James Sayers. James Sayers. Weber Ebeneri Tentwa. Mayor Dashrathbhai Rawat. Hani Tariq. 231. Maria Sheikh.
233 isn't here.
Noah John Vaughan Williams.
Rwyf yn cadarnhau eich bod hi'n eiddo i fod yn meistr yn busnes yma ym Mhrifysgol Bangor a holl fryniau'r gradd honno.
Llongyfarchiadau ar dderbyn eich gradd heddiw.
Anrhyd addysg Isganghellor, cyflwyno fi ti'r disgyblion hyn a enillodd radd Meistr mewn Gwyddoniaeth yn y pynciau anodir. Master of Science in the subjects indicated. Cyfrifeg, Accounting.
Sultan Saad Al-Khani. Ali Ahmed Arishi. Paula Agnes May Sophia Kelly. Emily Thomas. Diti Kumar.
Cyfrifeg a chyllid, Accounting and Finance.
Basma Al-Numas. Naid Suleiman Al-Sayah. Kahinde Adeyemi Awolwa. Nancy Oromofuru Ikawan. Abinesh Viapuri. Ruksad Banu Tanvirabai Sayad.
Bancio a chyllid, Banking and Finance.
Giuseppe Avignon.
Bancio a chyllid, Banciwr Siartredig. Banking and Finance, Chartered Banker.
Nagonidzashi Roland Mavara.
Business gyda seicoleg defnyddwyr. Business with Consumer Psychology.
Paige Bennett.
Dadansoddeg defnyddwyr a marchnata digidol. Consumer and Digital Marketing Analytics.
Sharia. Ravinda Singh.
Cyllid, Finance.
Raja Muhammad Asad. Esther Fiator. Mujahid Rasul.
Rheoli buddsoddiadau, Investment Management.
Ala Khalad Al-Rajay. Chukwemeka Oji Abasi. Marek Olejak. Liam Andrew Roberts. Iwan Thomas.
Bancio a chyllid Islamaidd, Islamic Banking and Finance.
Suhaib Mohammed Yahya Al-Bobali.
Rheolaeth a chyllid, Management and Finance.
Snehal Prakesh Chalk. Ahmed Riyad Ali Ahmed Daif. Guto Rees Hughes. Olenike Esther Ogtimin. Onomai Orakpe. Malin Fleur Williams. Maria Zafar.
Ar ran y brifysgol, rwy'n cadarnhau eich bod wedi derbyn gradd meistr yn y gwyddorau a holl freiniau'r radd honno.
Llongyfarchiadau ar dderbyn eich gradd heddiw.
Anrydeddus Is-Ganghellor, cyflwyna fi ti'r disgyblion hyn a enillodd radd doethur mewn athroniaeth yn y pynciau a nodir. Doctor of Philosophy in the subjects indicated. Cyfrifeg a chyllid, Accounting and Finance.
Salma Mustafa Mohammed Saber Ashur for their thesis on corporate tax avoidance, media coverage and corporate tax reporting in the UK. Jirarat Pipat Narapong for their thesis Essays on Corporate Tax Avoidance. Maribeth Rouse for their thesis Essays on Financial Inclusion and Mobile Banking. Ngok Kanvi Tran for their thesis Essays on the Determinants and Effectiveness of SEC Reviews of IPO Registration of Statements.
Banking.
Walid Idris for their thesis Interest Rate Pass-Through and Pricing Behaviour of Financial Products.
Congratulations, well done, and good luck for the future. Excellent work. Mae'n bleser gen i ar rhan y brifysgol i llongyfarchu yn wresog am dderbyn gradd doethur yn athroniaeth a holl freiniau'r radd honno.
Llongyfarchiadau ar dderbyn eich gradd heddiw.
Anrydeddus Is-Ganghellor, cyflwyna fi ti'r disgyblion hyn a enillodd radd doethur mewn athroniaeth yn y pynciau a nodir. Doctor of Philosophy in the subjects indicated. Bancio a chyllid, Banking and Finance.
Al-Mutasambila Zaki Alam for their thesis 3 Essays on Financial Inclusion.
Cyllid, Finance.
Ho Huang Landang for their thesis The Impact of Transactional Website Adoption on Banks' Performance. Sandy Paola Perez Robles for their thesis Financial Strength Ratings, Evolution, Split Ratings and Market Impact within the Insurance Sector.
Ar ran y brifysgol, mae'n bleser i fi ddweud eich bod wedi ennill gradd doethur yn athroniaeth a holl reiniau'r radd honno.
Llongyfarchiadau ar dderbyn eich gradd heddiw.
Anrydeddus isganghellor, cyflwyna fi ti'r disgyblion hyn a enillodd radd doethur mewn athroniaeth yn y pynciau anodir. Doctor of Philosophy in the subjects indicated. Astudiaethau rheolaeth, Management Studies.
Masheed Bagheri for their thesis linking the degree of internationalization and firm performance through entrepreneurial orientation and open innovation. Anne Rachel Collis for their thesis Not Just the Usual Suspects, Designing a New Method for Public Consultation. Elizabeth de Ben Roxon for their thesis To Understand Critical Thinking Within the Context of Acculturation and Reacculturation. Owen Harold James Powell for their thesis Cultivating Relevance in Established and Scaled Worker Cooperatives. Sobi Jain for their thesis Extending the Conceptualization and Operationalization of Perceived Value. Georgina van der Smith for their thesis Investigating the Action-Inaction Asymmetry within the TBP framework.
Rwy'n hynod o falch i eich derbyn chi fel doethur mewn athroniaeth a holl freiniau'r radd honno.
Llongyfarchiadau ar derbyn eich gradd heddiw.
Anrydeddus isganghellor, cyflwyna fi ti'r disgybl hon a enillodd radd Meistr mewn Gweinyddiaeth Busnes yn y pwnc anodir. Master of Business Administration in the subject indicated. Bancio a chyllid, Banking and Finance.
Asia Acta.
Well done. Mae'n falch gen i gyhoeddi eich bod wedi derbyn gradd Meistr mewn Gweinyddiaeth Busnes a holl freiniau'r radd honno.
Llongyfarchiadau ar derbyn eich gradd heddiw.
Anrydeddus isganghellor, cymeradwyaf i ti longyfarch yn ei habsenoldeb y myfyrwyr hynny a enwyd yn rhannau priodol y rhaglen.
Rwyf yn hapus i gyflwyno y rhai sydd wedi derbyn yn eu habsenoldeb i'w graddau a holl freiniau'r raddau hynny.
Chancellor, Vice-Chancellor, colleagues, graduands, ladies and gentlemen. Simon Thompson is Chief Executive of the Chartered Banker Institute, which partners with Bangor University in delivery of our Chartered Banker MBA the only banking qualification in the world that combines an MBA and chartered banker status. With a reputation for transformational leadership and influence in the banking industry, Simon is renowned for his contribution to green and sustainable finance and to responsible banking. He was appointed Chief Executive of the Institute in 2007 after working for the Association of Chartered Certificate Accountants in Central and Eastern Europe for a decade. Simon has redefined the Institute's purpose, strategy and mission to focus on sustainable finance and purpose-led responsible banking, culture and conduct. Under his leadership, the Institute has grown to become one of the largest professional bodies for bankers in the UK, with some 35,000 members and students now in over 100 countries. In 2019, Simon was asked by the UK government to lead development of the Green Finance Education Charter, comprising 12 UK finance bodies and the Green Finance Institute. He was appointed chair of the cross-sector climate risk syllabus panel and also chairs the UK government's Green Finance Education Charter. He is a board member of the UK Financial Service Skills Commission. Simon has become a recognised authority on sustainable finance and is the author of the seminal book, Green and Sustainable Finance, Principles and Practice, which explains how such principles can be applied in banking, investment and insurance, and considers how the finance sector can mainstream green finance. Simon believes that every finance professional needs to upskill and develop their knowledge and understanding of climate change, green finance and sustainability to, in his own words, mainstream green and sustainable finance. He says that we need to mainstream green and sustainable finance knowledge and skills too, so that the current best practice in integrating sustainability into lending and investment decisions becomes standard practice across banking and finance. Simon has substantial experience of engaging and influencing a wide range of UK and international political, regulatory, financial services and civil society stakeholders. He led the development and implementation of a new code of conduct for the UK banking profession to enhance professionalism and drive culture change for 350,000 bankers following the global financial crisis. Here, over the last 11 years, we have enjoyed and benefited from Simon's wise counsel through our partnership between the Chartered Banker Institute and the Bangor Business School. He has been instrumental in developing what is considered to be one of the premier MBAs for bankers across the globe. Simon, who regularly visits Bangor to give lectures and meet our students, has commented that the banking faculty at Bangor Business School is genuinely world-class and one of the reasons we chose to work with Bangor University. It is rewarding to see these graduates go on to develop successful international careers, which I hope many in the audience today will go on to follow. Simon has never lost sight of the need to help others, and he launched a £1 million scholarship fund, the 2025 Foundation, with the aim of changing lives by opening up opportunities for talented young people to pursue a career in banking who would not otherwise have the opportunity or would not otherwise consider such a career. Vice-Chancellor, for his outstanding contribution to business and entrepreneurship, it gives me great pleasure to present to you, for the honorary degree of Doctor of Letters at Bangor University, Mr. Simon Thompson.
Wel, ar ran Brifysgol Bangor, mae'n fraint I dderbyn Simon Thompson fel cymrawd eranrhydedd. It's a great pleasure for me as Vice-Chancellor to welcome Mr. Simon Thompson as an honorary fellow of our great university. Llongyfarchiadau, Simon.
Chancellor, Vice-Chancellor, members of the Senate, ladies and gentlemen, most importantly, graduates. I've been lucky enough to have been a guest at many Bangor University graduations over the years now, but this is the first time I've received a scroll myself. And it is a real honour to be recognised in this way by the university, by the business school. Well, thank you. Especially in front of many from the University and Business School I've had the pleasure of working with over the past decade, and in front of many of our latest cohorts of Chartered Banker MBA graduates. I'm delighted to have my personal and professional connections with Bangor publicly acknowledged and to receive this award. But of course, I didn't actually have to do any of the hard work of studying, writing assignments, taking exams and so on that you've all had to do. And as you'll know much better than me, studying for your degrees whilst trying to make time for your family, your friends, your jobs, and yourselves isn't easy. It's not easy at the best of times. And recent years have very definitely not been the best of times for too many of us, perhaps for many of you. Because on top of your already demanding studies, you've had at the very least to navigate the challenges of lockdowns, travel bans, studying remotely, getting your Zoom connections to work. You may have had to support families, friends and neighbours during the pandemic. Many of us will have lost some of those close to us. But then if it were easy, graduating from Bangor University would not be so valuable, nor would Bangor University's graduates be so valued. In my own field, the Chartered Banker MBA graduates, including a further 53 graduates in the first cohort this year, will go on to lead and shape banks and financial institutions across the UK and around the world, building a stronger, a more resilient, a more sustainable, in all senses of that word, economic, environmental and socially purposeful banking sector. Chartered Banker graduates from Bangor can now be found in some 50 countries, more than 50 countries now around the world, doing just that. But whether you're graduating today in banking or business, accounting, investment, finance, law, management, marketing, or one of the other degrees being awarded today, both your academic excellence, the knowledge and skills you've developed, and the commitment, the dedication, the resilience you've had to show over the past 3 years to complete your studies during this very difficult time, means, I think, that you can face what perhaps appears to be a bleak world with justified optimism. And although to some extent the pandemic has eased, allowing many of us, although I know not all of us, to gather here today in Bangor, it is still a considerable challenge to many in the UK and indeed all around the world. Heightened geopolitical risks and events such as the war in Ukraine mean we'll undoubtedly face a challenging global economic climate characterised by supply-side shortages, rising prices and heightened volatility for some time to come, compounded by a lack of confidence and trust in the competence, probity and judgment of many of our leaders. It can appear to be a difficult world out there at times. But I think we've seen this before, albeit in a slightly different form. The geopolitical and health issues that create our current conditions may be different, but their impacts look to me to be very similar in many respects to the global financial crisis in 2008. A global challenge, financial economic instability, austerity, a lack of ethical leadership, the loss of confidence and trust. History, after all, tends to repeat itself, albeit in a slightly different form. And it was in the shadow of the global financial crisis that colleagues at Bangor University, led by Professor Ted Gardner, Professor Colin Gardner and Tanya Keith, taken on in later years by colleagues including John Ashton, John Williams, Phil Molyneux, and most recently Professor Bruce Vanston, Stephen Jones and Lisa Jones, worked with me and my colleagues at the Chartered Banker Institute to develop the unique Chartered Banker MBA programme, now in its 11th year, and we're getting close to our 1,000th graduate now. Many of our earliest graduates entering the banking sector at that very difficult time just after the financial crisis have gone on to high-flying careers, rewarding personally, rewarding professionally, and making substantial contributions to the banking profession and their banking sectors and society in more than 50 countries, as I mentioned. And that's what I hope, whatever degree you're celebrating today, you will all go on to do, because it is when times are tough that knowledgeable, skillful, resilient individuals are required. Today we recognise your achievements in demonstrating these qualities and many more qualities, and we celebrate your success together with your family and friends and the faculty who supported you. Tomorrow, or perhaps next week, once the champagne and celebrations have worn off, you need to start putting those qualities to work, shaping a stronger, more resilient, more sustainable world in banks, in financial institutions, in businesses and organisations, large and small. Wherever your degree from Bangor takes you next, just as the first generation of Chartered Bank MBA graduates helped reshape banking, you will reshape our challenging world, developing, deploying and scaling the solutions we need to our most difficult and complex challenges, whether that's around climate, whether it's around social justice, whether it's overcoming geopolitical risks and conflict, whether it's overcoming economic instability. Now, as a fellow graduate, I can say now, albeit one who's not had to demonstrate these qualities to qualify for my honorary degree, I will watch your progress with great interest and with genuine and great optimism, and I will do what I can to support you in any way I can too. I think that has to be my role now here at Bangor. Finally, I've spent the past decade quite successfully trying to avoid having to learn Welsh to give a speech at a Bangor graduation ceremony, and I'm full of admiration for my academic colleagues who can do that. But as this is a very special occasion, I've decided to make a very special exception. So there is a Welsh proverb, a fo ben byd bont, which translates as, if you want to be a leader, be a bridge. In other words, leaders help others achieve their goals. And that's not a bad motto to live your life by, I think, in banking, in business, or indeed in any walk of life. If you want to be a leader, be a bridge also speaks, I think, to the leadership that this university shows. As a world-leading academic institution, genuinely world-leading in banking, and increasingly in sustainability too, Bangor University has and will help many of you achieve your goals. So, Afon Ben Byd Bont, and of course, Clong Falciada. Congratulations to you all, and diolch. Thank you very much.
Well, bore da, good morning. As we draw towards the end of this ceremony, I'd like to say a few words to round off such a wonderful occasion. Firstly, again, congratulations, llongyfarchiadau I chi gyd. Congratulations to you all on receiving your degrees today. This is a very special day for the university. This is the first graduation ceremony we've held here since 2019. And I can tell you it's very good to be back and great to see you all here today. This hall was built for occasions such as this, and it's great to see it spring back to life. Today provides us with a wonderful opportunity to graduate our final year 2022 year students and to welcome back alumni who, because of the pandemic, were unable to attend ceremonies in 2020 and 2021. As a result of the global pandemic, you've experienced being students in unique and unparalleled times. I want to acknowledge your commitment to your studies and the special efforts you've made to come through your university experience successfully to be awarded the degrees that will now set you on the road to the exciting next phase of your careers and lives. Thank you, heartfelt thank you, for rising to the challenges that COVID-19 placed upon us all. You're a credit to this university. Universities are change makers. They improve the future, and against the backdrop of the pandemic, your university has flourished and emerged with a confident, dynamic and outward-looking vision. It's good to know that in spite of the pandemic, our students tell us they thrive during their time here. As a consequence, Bangor is rated highly in the UK for student experience in annual student surveys, reflecting our focus on world-class and inspirational teaching. But what we do as a university is not confined to the classroom, but feeds into the student experience in a variety of ways. For example, sustainability is at the heart of all we do and a key to our identity as an institution. Bangor is ranked in the top universities in the world for our work towards the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. Similarly, your university has played a full part in responding to the huge challenges to the healthcare system in North Wales brought about by the pandemic. The university is particularly proud of the frontline contribution made by staff and our wonderful student volunteers in supporting the COVID-19 response, working with local communities, for example, to deliver food and medication to the most vulnerable members of this community in North Wales. Of course, the role of a university is not only to share knowledge, but also to create it. Impact-driven research and innovations are features of Bangor University, and this is what gives us our transformational capacity and how our students benefit from this. The teaching you've experienced during your studies is informed by original research. Today, that research is seeking solutions to some of the world's most challenging problems, improving health and well-being, protecting the environment, providing cutting-edge solutions to advance the global 5G economy, and, as you might expect, contributing to the worldwide research into COVID-19, as well as its social and economic impact. We are proud that Bangor is now in the top 30 in the UK for the societal impact of our research. This means you have been taught by experts who are making a difference in the world we live in, which in turn means that you are better equipped for facing new global challenges. And of course, as graduates of the business school, you will now be equipped to contribute towards some of the most significant challenges in the business and banking sectors of the global economy, as Simon has just referred to. The business school is the most international of all our schools that make up the university. And we know from partners in China, Singapore, Malaysia, Uzbekistan and Bahrain, and the business connections emanating from the Chartered Banker MBA, that a Bangor Business School degree is recognised. It's recognised for its quality and value and leads to very high rates of employability for our graduates. And much closer to home, we are proud of the role that the business school plays in working with local businesses and local industry to provide the training and support to entrepreneurs in the North Wales region. As I've already said, the challenges you will face, like every generation, are significant. We live in very uncertain times, but remember that in every challenge lies an opportunity for you to use the skills you have now acquired to make a meaningful contribution to your respective nations, regions, or communities. It may not weigh heavily on your shoulders just yet, but remember that you will shape the future. As ambassadors for this university, we wish you well and every success in your chosen careers, whatever they may be. So globally connected and relevant, but with its heart and roots firmly embedded in North Wales, I hope that you will all work with us to further grow and enhance the reputation of Bangor Business School, your business school, over the coming years. One of the great pleasures of being a Pro Vice-Chancellor is the opportunity to witness in successive generations of students the transformative power of a university education. Today, it's your turn to benefit from that vision as you join a long line of successful graduates from this very special university. Bangor, as you heard from the poems at the beginning, has always been known as a coleg ar y bryn, the university on the hill. And while it's easy to think of something that's located on a hill as looking down on what's below, in Bangor's case, being on a hill gives us a very unique vantage point. To one side, there's Snowdonia and our history, heritage and language. To the other, there's the Menai Straits, the oceans and the vastness of the world. It's that world you go into today holding a valuable asset in your hands. I hope that your Bangor University degree will serve you well in the future. And now, although this ceremony inevitably marks an ending, it also heralds a new start and a new relationship with your university. Your connection to Bangor University is lifelong. You're now part of the family. Dach chi'n rhan o'r teulu. You are now a member of a nearly 100,000 strong alumni community that is here to share knowledge, experience, networks, and friendships. We will continue to support you wherever you are in the world. We will always be here for you, so please keep in touch and let us know how your careers develop. Before I conclude, I want to take the opportunity to thank a group of people who work tirelessly behind the scenes to make our graduation ceremony special, and I'm referring to staff in estates, campus services, student services, and professional services right across the university. I've sat where you are as students, I've also sat where you are as a parent, and many times on this stage, and I know how much we value the hard work that you do behind the scenes to make this a memorable day. Finally, I would like to take this opportunity to acknowledge the role that your family and friends have played in supporting you during your time here. Families provide wisdom, they provide invaluable emotional and financial support during the ups and downs of student life, particularly so, obviously, over the past few years. But they've encouraged you to stay here, and they have shared with you in celebrating your achievements. Families and friends, I'm sure our graduates will agree that their achievement today is in no small measure also your achievement. We and they owe you a debt of gratitude. And so, to close this ceremony in what has become something of a tradition at Bangor, I'd like to ask our graduates to please stand. And if you could turn towards your families, friends and support networks and show your appreciation with a round of applause for the support and encouragement they've given you. Diolch yn fawr iawn. Thank you very much.